Just everybody, who's having a look, I just wanted to quickly put up what is all the fuss about around F1 2020. And this is a first look from us. Obviously, going into the new season, having a look. I'm sure there's a lot of internationals talking about what's actually happening with the F1 franchise from Codemasters, and obviously from our perspective, what we're doing is having a look at the game, the functionalities, and then obviously seeing what is available, what's new. And I got it yesterday. Just having a look at some of the things you can do. Leagues are in, as well as weekly events. You can do ranked, unranked, you can do LAN, you can do split screen. So if you want to race against your buddy, you're able to do that at your own home. Well, guess what? You can do that on the F1 2020. Esports obviously played a big part during the lockdown and still does and still will continue. With respect to that, obviously here in South Africa, what we're trying to do is get a lot of momentum going when it comes to online racing. Lots of guys trying to promote the sport and then obviously get it going. And just having a look at what is available, what's new. Custom car liveries, there were a lot, and depending on what package you buy or purchase off the store, you obviously get certain unique features. As you can see, there are different ones. I took obviously the Schumacher version, and this allowed me to get quite a number of different liveries. I can just show you a little bit more about those liveries. And there's Schumacher 1, Schumacher 2, Michael Schumacher 3, and various really good stuff. And you can change this as well. You can go to baseline, you can change the color, the definition, the way it looks, as well as the pattern. So there it is, all here for you. And then obviously those special ones that are unlocked as well, depending on the edition that you got, and you can go from there. You can obviously put in sponsor emblems on your particular car as well, and depending on where you are, you can obviously go and slot them in, and you can sort of put this in, and it's pretty cool. I think that's pretty cool from them. You're able to put in exactly what you want, and obviously put in a wide variety of different sponsors, and obviously give a feel that you're being sponsored by a big company. So that, I can tell you, is available. Also, just on the outskirts, that's what I'm doing at the moment, just giving you a bit of character wise. You can create a character, you can go and create a new character avatar, you can do country, you can do all sorts around that. I don't want to get into too much details, but you can obviously put what you want to do there as well. Badges, once again, you can sort of hot this up and you can edit. I think obviously depending on the multiplayer license, you can go in there and you can obviously shape this to exactly what you want to do, as well as you can edit the styles and obviously put in the various simulations of coloring, etc, etc. And then they've actually got locked symbols as well. I'll just go back on that. So there's other symbols which you can use, and then obviously depending on the level you are, you get to unlock certain different symbols. Currently I think I'm podium pass 9. So as I said, I didn't have too much yesterday with the game, but I thought, let me just have a look and see if it is available. I see that all of a sudden I've got these pit coins. So now you can actually purchase pit coins, and then you can actually, those podium passes. Open the podium pass. I think it's here, by the way. So let me just have a look. You have depending on where you are, you can sort of have a look. I haven't even gone into this, but just to give you an indication, here we go. Podium pass for, and this is basically, if you do win something, you can obviously do certain poses. So as I said, looking at the VIP challenges, you obviously do various things, and you can see Series 1. So they're giving you some challenges which you have to do. If you get those challenges done, there are items in the store, and then obviously you can go up and check it out from there. So pretty cool, I must say. There you go. There's a sort of outline. This is what you're actually doing, and then you can go on to the store. You can purchase if you want, and then you can obviously take it from there. Here, this is basically the currency that's involved here, and depending on your currency, you can actually purchase these items. Challenges wise, you can do standard, complete, and you got 23 hours to complete the dailies, and then 5 days to complete that, and then 54 days to complete new challenges. And what was mentioned is you obviously get certain elements which are handed to you very much along those tiers, and then you get to do your car. I mean, there you go. This is basically all across on what you're actually getting while you're driving and completing those passes. So that pass is available to you, and then obviously you get various currency as you're going along. You get different poses, and then you obviously see all of the different elements as well as the cars. So yeah, it's just looking to verify. I don't know why I have a valid license. That's pretty cool. I dig that. But that's sort of 36. So yeah, you need to make XP points just to give you an overall on what's actually cool and collective when it comes to certain elements. So pretty cool, I must say. So yeah, we'll be running along seeing if we can do that. And I think that's going to keep the game a little bit more entertaining, and everybody's going to enjoy it a lot more when it comes to these elements. So let me go back to Showroom. Obviously Showroom, they've got the 2020 series. You've got the classics. So let's have a look at classics just to give you a little bit of an understatement of what's actually what you're able to drive, right through to some of the 91 Jordan, right through, depending on what game you've got or what series of the game you've got. You've obviously got different elements. As I said, me currently, I've got the Schumacher edition, deluxe edition. So obviously this gives me a little bit more access to probably content than others do. So what else did I enjoy? What else did I see? You basically, I think the 2020 edition, I did like this. I mean, some of these cars are beautifully done. And then obviously you've got all the different elements around what you're viewing. I think some of the detail that's been done on these cars is fantastic, and obviously gives us quite a fantastic overview of these cars as they currently stand. So yeah, they really look good, and I mean there's just a beautiful overview of the current cars that are ready to drive here on the Formula 1 2020. I love that. That's great. Obviously McLaren doing a beautiful job there, and then the unforgettable Renault, and then I see obviously some redesigning there from the new sponsors, and then obviously what's happening with Racing Formula 1 team from BWT, and then obviously Alfa Romeo, the Haas, and then the Williams. Really looking good when it comes to what you can actually do. One thing I think they have sort of put in, which I think is pretty cool, is all the different F2 cars. You can basically go around that, shaping, and depending on what you want to do, you want to start off with a particular series, you can go in and start off the complete I'm rambling on by the way, but I just thought, as I said, I'm not even looking at what's on the channel at the moment, I thought I'd just give you a good overview of what's actually available. For those of you that are considering obviously getting the game as well. Theater mode, I do like it a lot. There are certain elements. Vietnam, so this is footage that was taken. I did some driving yesterday just to test it out, and then I thought, well, let me take it from there and see. As I said, I haven't got into any of this at the moment. There are some times, split times in there as well, but if I look, obviously career mode also involved, and then obviously you can do specific elements on this. So there's actually a calendar as well, and there's some assists and whatever, and so I think basically it's covering a lot of their tier 1 at the moment. I'm hoping to get that up and rocking. So yeah, hopefully that does do us some justice. I think just to have a look at maybe on the game, what does it look like inside the game? Maybe we just do that quickly. I don't want to play multiplayer, so let's do solo. I think let's just go into maybe a trial, time trial. You can choose which you want to do. I think for this all purposes at the moment, let me take an F1 car. I'll take the Aston Martin. Let's take maybe let's see. Oh, new track, by the way, Vietnam in there. I did drive it yesterday. Was hopeless, not knowing exactly where to go, but yeah, there it is. And let's take something like oh, why don't we take Japan? Here we go, Suzuka. And Japan, let's have a look and see what it does. Just to fire it up, give you some, we're going to do it in the dry. And you can have a look at what it looks like. So there we go. Out and about, very much along those lines. Let's see if we can go to track. I'm just going to show you what the car looks like. Obviously I've got it on elite settings, so just bear with me. Whoa, ho, ho. I forget I'm in a Formula One car sometimes. I'm sure that's an invalid lap. I think, oh, I just wanted to put this on here. There's an offset, so you got different camera positions, just making sure you can look at various elements. Cockpit obviously in there. I'm just gonna probably restart the lap just to get a feel for it. There we go. That's much better for me. I kind of like that view. So I've been driving the GT3 cars around this track, so let's have a look and see how it feels. I just thought what I would do is give you a little bit of a so normally I'm sitting in the commentary box, but I thought, yeah, let's just get it out there, put this in. I'm looking to do some racing with some of the other guys. The track looks a little bit different to the previous one. color and what's defined on the track. So I'm actually interested to see if we're gonna sort of play this up, and that's what I was worried about. Forgive me. Just to get it out there. Now I haven't physically sat in the seat for a long time, so I can be forgiven for making some slight errors when it comes to an F1 car. So, especially that I'm just jumping straight in with no assists. But I suppose that's my choice, so I've got to live with it. Anyway, I thought we'll just give it a bit of drive. Too hard on the brakes there, for sure. So let's have a good feel for what it feels like. That's a bit better. Oh, by the way, the tires and the temperature of the track going to be a big influence this season. I was told I need to oil my steering wheel, so I'll be doing that because it is making a bit of a sound. Okay, that's a bit better. Tires are warmed up a little bit more now. So what sort of time can I do? Invalid lap. I'll give it one more, just to give you a feel. And obviously some sort of indication when it comes to how quick these are. Oh, there is a bit of a... So I've got a black and white flag just for that, which is an invalid lap. So let me try and get it up to... Let's get it through. Let's see if I can get this up nicely. Just want to keep it on the track, because any little variation, it's going off the track. Okay, so that was 142, which is not really that good. I mean, that's 400th on the current performance table here. I've got to catch up some time here. Which I'll probably do now. A little bit quicker, I think, through this sector. And you know me, guys, I'm not the fastest driver. Just keeping it up. So the nice thing is, what I see, you can actually start off a full F2 season and then obviously get selected to drive for a specific team, which sounds pretty good. I just rubbed off 2 seconds on that one. And I mean, that's great. I mean, 12 races, and then you can basically be selected to drive for a specific team on the F1 calendar, which is, I think, great. I think I just didn't get that one down, so guys, just forgive me there, but obviously I'm just trying to push it to the limits. I'm not going to get the actual time, official time here now. But there we go. So just to put you back on track with what actually is happening, I like the graphics are cool. Steering wheel's fantastic. It's actually right in with my respective Thrustmaster. Absolutely fantastic just to watch the hands move, and every little move that I'm making, it's basically perfectly aligned, so that's good news. I know in the earlier versions there were some deviation, but it seems though that's rocking at the moment, so that's pretty cool. And then, as I said, tire wear, very important this season. Track temperature is going to have an influence on the actual range of the tires, so it's going to be a little bit more different when it comes to driving this. And that is Suzuka. Just having a good look at what it looks like. There you go, back in the pits. So from my perspective, really nice looking game. I think the car handles a little bit differently to what it did in the previous games, and I think that's the influence of some of the input that has been given to Codemaster from the F1 drivers who obviously were playing a lot of the games, in other words 2019 game, and that has obviously influenced and impacted some of the feel and the look and feel of what's actually taking place. So yeah, I think from that perspective it looks pretty good, awesome to play, and hopefully, I'm just going to end the session. Sorry, steering wheel, so that's going to be a little bit of difference. But you get XP. There we go. There's tier 1, the bonus. You can get it up there. It's going to give you some influence. This is purely active today as well from what I see. And then you go along those lines and obviously try and do your best. Guys, it's been an absolute pleasure bringing you this little overview. Hopefully you guys are going to get into the game, and I'm just going to carry on driving, so I'm going to be checking you guys later. Thanks for joining. Hopefully it's interesting. This will go out if not immediately, but it's been cool. Thanks very much. And we hope to see you next time. When it comes to South African online racing academy, we support obviously some of the guys in South Africa. SAAOLR, we support obviously midweek racing, and so if you are interested in getting into the Formula One scene, give us a call. We'll put you in the right spot. If you're looking to do Project Cars 2, we can put you into the right hands there as well. If you're looking to do rally, if you're looking to get involved with Assetto Corsa, obviously Sonic Racing just being developed by Dirk, so we can obviously put you in the right space there as well. So guys, thanks for your time. We'll see you next time here on the South African Academy Online Racing. It's been a pleasure talking to you today, and hopefully you enjoy and get the game soon. So cheers for now. Take care.